If you've been with us the last couple of weeks, you'll remember that we started an all-age slot where we've been working through what we've described as like the frequently asked questions section of a website. You know, you go somewhere and you know, you're going to have questions. Well, these are all the questions that everyone always asks. Here are the answers. That's what we've been working through. And we've said that works a bit like a pair of glasses, that it gives us a clear view, helping us to see through the truths of the Bible so that we see the world as it really is. And of course, glasses are always much more effective if you're wearing them, and truths are more effective if you remember them. So, if you've been with us, next one, good. If you've been with us the last couple of weeks, we've also said that chocolate generally seems to improve people's memories. Can anyone remember what our first question was that we looked at a couple of weeks ago?
Caroline. It was me. I'm going to not.
What is our only hope in life and death?
You should do anything for chocolate.
You have a preference? So, next one. So that was our first question. What is our only hope in life and death? Can you remember what the answer was for that?
We're not our own, we belong to God.
We are not our own, but belong to God. Do you have a preference what flavour chocolate? What is our only hope in life and death? That we are not our own, but belong to God. What about question 2? Can you remember what that was? So this was last week.
Who is God?
Who is God? Or what is God, actually? But close enough. You have a second chocolate if you want. What is God? And what was our answer? Anyone other than Margaret? Because I don't really want to give, sort of kill her with too many chocolates. What is God? Can you remember? God is the creator of everyone and everything. Perfect. Do you have a preference what flavour chocolate? Excellent. So, that's where we've got so far. Our question for this week, next slide. How many persons are there in God? We'll unpack that question in just a minute. But first we can practice this. So if I ask the question, do you think you can do the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, how many persons are there in God?
There are 3 persons in one God, the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit.
Very good. Let's try that again though. How many persons are there in God?
There are 3 persons in one God, the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit.
Very good. Next slide. If you're driving along, you see a sign like that. What kind of thing is that telling you?
Caution.
Warning.
It's a warning. Good. I was slightly worried by the silence initially. Sort of, am I safe going on the roads with you lot? But yeah, it's a warning. So, next one. What is that warning me of when I'm driving?
Avoid old age.
Avoid old age, yes. Yeah, it does rather look like the gentleman in front is giving a piggyback to the lady. Next one. What's this one warning me of? Ducks. What are the ducks doing? Crossing the road. Beware of ducks crossing the road. What about this one? Deer. Yes, deer might jump out at you. So, next. Remind me, how many persons did we say there were in God?
3.
1, 2, 3. Yes. Gary, we've got words on there. Can you read what those say?
Yeah. Father, Son, Spirit.
Father, Son, and Spirit. Yeah. And it can function like a warning. Because sometimes you'll hear sort of accounts of what the Christian message is, or things that claim to be true, and they can feel like they miss one of those off. So you get some accounts of the Christian message where it's sort of saying, well, God's not really very nice. He doesn't really love you, but sort of if Jesus tries hard enough, he might persuade the Father to not be cross with you. Or you get some messages that say, well, the God who created the world, he's not really the one you need to worry about. Creation isn't that important. But that's missing the Father out. And there are meant to be how many persons in God? Three. Or you get some accounts that say, oh, well, Jesus, he's kind of good, but you don't really need to come through Jesus. You don't need Jesus to die for you to come to God. You're all right as you are. But that's missing one of the three persons out, and there are how many persons in God?
Three.
Or again, you'll get some which miss out the work of the Spirit. You don't really need the Spirit to work in your heart to bring you to God, or change you and make you like Jesus, or give you the power to serve God and make him known. You can do it. You're fine just as you are. But that's missing out the Spirit. And there are meant to be how many persons in God? And apart from the so that works as a warning, so that if I hear anything that's claiming to be true, but it doesn't actually fit with there being three persons in God, stay away. And part of the reason that's really important is because if God's not three, if he was just one, he wouldn't be love. Because the fact that God is three means that God has always loved. In fact, he's never not loved, and it's impossible for him to not love because that's who he is. And that's only possible because there are three persons in God. So, how many persons are there in God?
There are three persons in one God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Very good. We might come back to that at the end and see whether chocolate does help your memory.